name is Andrew Coco, and this is my project, Rap Renegade. Is rap music posing a negative impact on our youth, or are we misunderstanding the messages artists are sending to the audience? So, the two viewpoints I'll be reviewing are many researchers may link the rise of crime and gang violence to the surge of rap music over the years and believe rap music is negatively affecting our youth, or rap music can be providing the youth with an awareness of the upbringing some of these artists had, and why not to follow them. It may be motivational in a way. Negative impacts of rap on the youth. First, I viewed research from WebMD. They conducted a study in which they studied a group of females from low income communities similar to where many artists grew up and developed. After studying 522 black girls between the ages of 14 and 18 from non urban, lower socioeconomic neighborhoods, researchers found that compared to those who have never or rarely watched these videos, the girls who viewed these gangster videos for at least 14 hours per week were far more likely to practice numerous destructive behaviors throughout the 1 year study. They were 3 times more likely to hit a teacher, over 2.5 times more likely to get arrested, twice as likely to have multiple sexual partners, 1.5 times more likely to get a sexual transmitted disease, use drugs, or drink alcohol. And this picture is just a artist with a mic. Negative impacts of rap on youth continue. When listening to rap music, you seem to see three common themes: glorifying violence, sexualization, and drug use. The glorifying violence aspect, gangster rap is a hip hop subgenre that focuses on primarily the negative impacts aspects of inner city life. These lyrics often glorify the criminal activity and degrade women. This genre of hip hop has been a source of tremendous controversy and is often cited as the cause of the increase of violence within communities. This is particularly true amongst black youth as they think it is cool to act what is said in the lyrics. According to federal statistics cited by the Charlottesville Daily Progress, homicide is the leading cause of death for black men between the ages of 15 and 34. Many gangster hip hop artists justify the connotations of their music by claiming they are only retelling the experiences of their lives on the streets when they were growing up. However, close analysis of the song lyrics often reveals a plethora of curse words and no substance. According to commentators such as those found on UrbanDictionary.com, many artists have been forced to create artificial gangster images for the sake of a lucrative career. Many of these young people idolize these artists and imitate their behavior, which is an example of how rap music isn't benefiting society. Sexualization aspect of rap. A topic that has heated up recently is the sexualization of women, not only in the lyrics of rap music, but more importantly, the visual representation of women in music videos. The popularity of music videos has reinforced the over-sexuality found in hip-hop music. Women in these videos are often scandalously clothed and use their bodies to get material things. Young women are surrounded by these negative images, and many have adapted to their lifestyles to fit them. As for the drug use aspect of rap, the promotion of drugs use is consistently found through rap verses and often glorified. Rappers fail to show the negatives and the consequences of using and doing them. You'll hear in multiple rap songs how they hustled in the corner to gain street cred and eventually became wealthy and lived large, as they would say. Young and poor youth from the ghetto are most impressionable, and if he can do it, why can't they? Impact Impact of music on emotion, comparing rap versus meditative yoga. A study was conducted to see how two genres of music affect the brain and your emotions. The brain seems to have a natural reaction to music, causing listeners to tap their toes, sing aloud, and dance around. However, magical, it may seem there are clear connections between music, the mind, and behavior. Utilizing the latest in neuroimaging technology, researchers can observe how the brain processes auditory information when under the influence of music. Parts of the brain that show an increased activity include areas such as the hypothalamus, responsible for maintaining stress hormones, the hippocampus, the area vital for emotional regulation. The study was conducted to determine the degree of music influence on aggression using two extremes of the genre, relaxing yoga music versus aggressive rap music. It was expected that those who listen to yoga music would show lower aggression, while those who listen to rap music would have higher aggression. Results demonstrated that listeners of aggressive rap music scored significantly higher in the dimension of verbal aggression. These findings suggest that aggressive music can make listeners more aggressive emotionally compared to other types of music. As for the positive impacts of rap music, rap began as an outlet for black people to share and reflect on their various hardships. However, as the music genre gained popularity, groups began to use the platform to describe their lives. It's true that newer artists may be making groundbreaking cultural commentary, but it's still a crucial vessel for young black people to learn about and understand their culture. It has and continues to give people of color a platform to speak and bring attention to the parts of life that are not talked about, and it should be. That's why some fans tolerate rappers who may talk about racy subjects because it is an accurate depiction of their lives. So now we're going to look at the impacts of rap music on the brain in a positive way. When we listen to music, it affects four major levels of the brain: the frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital, all in different ways. There is not a set path in which music travels around the brain. It's more related to a ping pong game of stimuli and reaction. Though researchers have yet to figure out exactly how music impacts the brain, many researchers have noted a link between music and dopamine. A study was conducted on 12 professional rappers by the National Institute on Deafness and Other Communication Disorders under an fMRI machine. The rappers were asked to recite their lyrics while listening to an 8-bar track. The results were amazing. During the flow phase, rappers' brains displayed unique patterns in areas relations to motivation, language, emotion, motor function, and sensory process. So, 5 ways rap has positively impacted society. It provides a voice for an underrepresented group. Hip hop artists use their music to comment on social and political issues important to them in their culture. Hip hop lyrics have been incorporated into curriculum to teach a variety of subjects. Students can use hip hop lyrics as an inspiration for creative writing assignments. Teachers can use hip hop lyrics to spark students' interest in poetry and help them develop an appreciation for the power of words. Offers therapeutic benefits. Hip hop can build rapport between clients and therapists and address topics that are otherwise difficult to discuss. The repetitive and predictable nature of hip hop beats can provide a sense of dependability and safety for those within little stability in their everyday lives. It unifies an audience. Hip hop offers an opportunity to connect communities around the world fighting the effects of discrimination, segregation, and injustice, and it empowers individuals and communities. Research has shown that hip hop offers benefits to mental health in areas such as expressing emotion, coping, identity, and personal growth, supporting the development of resilience in communities. So my conclusion slash my point of view when it comes to choosing a side in this argument, I agree that rap music can have a lot of positive impacts on our youth. In a country that was founded in honoring individual freedoms, rap and hip hop shares the voice of those who have experienced discrimination and injustice. These rappers also use their platforms to advise the youth on the roads they have to take to get where they are now and how it is not worth it to follow their footsteps in a negative way. We've seen a lot of rappers use their platforms to talk to the youth about how they should stay in sports or follow their dreams, but in way better ways by finishing school. It's also important for the communities that these rappers come from because a lot of times we see them go back to these communities and be the voice of reason. Rap and hip hop will always remain a force and they fight for peace and justice and equality for all. So my conclusion and my point of view continued. I respect both sides and have learned a lot from both sides of the arguments, but you have to dig deep. When it comes to youth in underprivileged neighborhoods, they don't have someone to guide them and tell them what's right from wrong. They grow up as a product of their environment. So I find it very important that some of these rappers are being looked up to as role models because they were often once in that spot too. And they can attest for these kids because they relate more to these kids than many others might. Though often what they put out is very age restricted, if you follow these rappers on social media, you often see that they go extra mile to pay back to their fans, especially the youth. Often media tries to paint the artist negatively, but many artists push through that and do a lot of positive things for their fans, especially their younger fans. And here is my works cited page. Thank you for watching once again.